Okay, so I'm going to show you how to input your times onto the computer. You want to open up a new file. Whoops. Go to ebility.com. Then you want to click login and input your email and password. And then once you've done that, this page will pop up and you want to click entries to weekly timesheets. And the very first thing that I like to do here is immediately add boxes. And you do that by going over here, click this. I automatically put 20 rows because I want as much as possible. And your 20 rows have been added. Now once you've put in all the times into your timesheet of calculating how long you're going to be or how long you were at that property, you want to now put in the name of the customers and then along with the prep work. So first you want to put in morning prep, then names of the customers. So for example, I'm just going to put random names in as an example, but this is just to show you how it's done. Okay, now once you've put in the names and the prep, you want to put in random and travel. I'll show you how you get that time later on. Next thing you want to do is input service items. With the prep work, I don't put anything for a service item. However, the rest of them I do put. For instance, Art Greenberg, he is our residential customer, so you want to make sure you put residential monthly lawn care. Now, if it was like a special work where you're doing landscaping, you would open this and scroll down, and you'll see like landscape install, mulching, one-time services, so on and so forth. So for now, if this is like a normal reoccurring route, I would be putting residential all the way down. Okay. Then here you want to find random and travel and list that too. So let's say your morning prep was 30 minutes. You want to put a colon and put it in as a time and not a decimal. Reason being is if you put it in as a time and you click out of that box, it will convert it into decimal form for you, like so. Now if you were to put it as a 0.30, you'd be losing 0.20 of time. So it's crucial that you make sure you put a colon and then the number, so that way you put it in as a time. Alright. So I'm just putting random numbers. Of course, you want to follow what you have on your timesheet. And you want to make sure these times are to the minute and not rounded. Now, once you have inputted all your times, you should be able to look on your timesheet and look on the office part where you would have the total time for the day. You want to make sure that you're putting it into a box or a day that hasn't been used where there's a 0 on the bottom here. So let's say the total amount for your day was 5 hours. You want to click outside the box, and obviously it's going to be 5 hours. So now what you want to do is take this number and subtract it from 5, and that will give you your total time for random and travel. That's why it's really important to make sure that every day that you work, you put a total time of how long you worked for that day. Now once the times have matched, like so, that means you definitely got the exact amount of time, so that way you're not losing any money or accidentally putting too much time. Then what you want to do is obviously you want to delete this and click outside the box, so that way it changes back to 0. And then over here will give you the total time for the rest of the week. And now there's some special things that you need to do. For instance, if we have a new customer that was not listed on here, basically what you would do is come over here to the description box, type in the person. I'm just going to use my name as an example, and then go to service item and choose what kind of service that you've done on the property. Let's say it was a mulch install. And that's how you do it. Now, if you were wanting to input miles, that's another thing. You could put random travel. Type in, I used my truck on, let's say, today's date, and put, 22 miles on it. So that way we know exactly how many miles to give you, and then also any description. For instance, you're at a property you're supposed to be there for 30 minutes, but you happen to be there for an hour due to something bad happening. Please put in the description why you were at that property longer than normal. Now, if it's only like a 5 or 10 minute overage, that's no big deal. It's only for special occasions that we would like you to do this. If you have any other questions, please try and ask your crew leaders and your fellow employees before you try and call me. They can definitely help you with this. Everyone is pretty knowledgeable about it. Now, if you have a question that they're not able to answer, then yes, you can get in contact with me, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Thank you.